Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish.
I don't need to introduce what Half-Life 2 is, because if you clicked on this video, you already know. Instead, I'm going to spend this time on what's supposed to be the introduction of what Half-Life 2 is, explaining why I've been gone. So about 3 years ago, I did an exchange with one of the demons of the underworld where I would get a good, cool, and totally not impossible mod of one of my favorite games of all time, but in return, I was told that down the line he would come back and kill me. I assumed they meant in like 50 years or something, far past when I'd fully lost hope for the future of humanity, but no, it turns out that was like last month. So he came back and I had to spend some time in the underworld doing my time for all the bad I've done in life, mostly saying that ET is a good game. But anyways, I was able to negotiate to come back to the overworld, and in exchange I had to be watched at all times. So now my cat is possessed, and the main reason I wanted to come back was to finish some unfinished business, and that business is what I'm finishing now. What do you want, Rhythms?
That is not at all what happened. You have been spending the last month playing nothing but Gary's Mod and Tower Unite.
No, that's not at all what happened. And don't you dare say that Gary's Mod is a waste of time.
Uh-huh. And Tower Unite?
Okay, you got me there. Tower Unite is addicting, and you know I can't get myself off Zombie Massacre.
That is what you want them all to think.
Hey, keep talking to me like that, and I will send you back to the underworld with your hydraulic veins rearranged. Sorry guys, as well as getting my cat possessed, they also sent this weird robot that I can't touch or else I will get electrocuted to death. It's wonderful, it's great, especially when I'm trying to do any normal human thing, and this guy pops in like he's everyone's favorite Microsoft Word assistant, Clippy. I'm getting off track, let's play some Half-Life 2.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
Actually, what even makes this impossible? One simple thing. I'm playing it through Synergy, a cooperative mod for Half-Life 2 that you can download for free on the Steam store. Do it. It's great. It's awesome. Play it. It's good. It modifies the game in several ways. First thing is obvious. It adds cooperative multiplayer. And with this, it also adds level barriers to prevent people from going ahead too fast. I will mostly be following these barriers, but there is one instance in my playthrough where I said, screw it, I'm not counting it. You'll see it later. Second is that it has Steam Workshop support for custom maps and textures. This is why the game looks different compared to base Half-Life 2. I added some HD textures from the workshop so I don't absolutely bore myself to death. Third, it adds new weapons and also item placements. You'll see this go into effect later in the Coast on Day 2's video, where we get the slams which you're only supposed to get in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. Fourth, it greatly changes enemy placements and stats. They turn into sponges, and there are way more. No. Sponges are an understatement. They're scrub daddies, because they're ice cold killers, and they don't give a shit about what you're doing with your weapons, and instead will absolutely destroy you, and once they're done with you, you will end up the cleanest you've ever been at this game. And also the developer put new enemies in certain locations individually, and they don't scale with how many players there are. So we're playing with full co-op monsters, full co-op difficulty, full co-op items, and full co-op textures, I guess. One more thing that I put in the script way later than everything else. Synergy seems to be running on a different version of Source, specifically the one used in Half-Life 2 Episode 2, where they separated the flashlight meter from the stamina meter. This also gives some lighting effects that were introduced in Lost Coast. In Half-Life 2, there's one main antagonist, Wallace Breen, but in Synergy, there are 5. You got Wallace Breen, the Combine's SMG, slippery vehicle controls, the Half-Life 2 crosshair, and sprinting. Yes, sprinting. We'll get to that. I've been talking too much about how this game is impossible. I'm gonna cut the bullshit and show you instead. So bask in the glory, prepare for annihilation, the hardest Half-Life 2 experience you could have, Synergy. The entirety of the first 4 levels are uneventful. Barely anything has changed. Also, I should mention that I'm going to split this into 3 parts, relative to the 3 days that the game takes place in. I was originally planning on one long video, but my editing rig could barely handle this one alone. The first Synergy obstacle you'll actually face comes before you are even supposed to fight a Metro Cop. This doorway is supposed to be open, but the maker of this mod found it necessary to put these planks as a door block here. Also, 2 Metro Cops spawn behind you with pistols. Don't bother fighting them, as they will not drop their guns. Thank you, Mr. Johnny Quattro. Now, you see these cool weapon skins I have? Yeah, that was a mistake, because before I actually started playing anything, in Canals 01, I encountered this. Fuck that. Huh? What the fuck is the beta gun? It does nothing, and I can't even select it. There's supposed to be a grenade here, but these weapon skins somehow interfered, and this happened. Turns out the beta gun isn't even supposed to be in the game. I asked the developer about it, and he said it was a developer-only weapon, and it shouldn't be in the game anymore. Kinda odd. So anyways, after removing the weapons that I'm kinda glad are gone because the laser sight on the pistol could only be described as fucking annoying, I finally started to run properly. Canals 01 does have synergy elements to it. There are way more Metrocops than normal, but since they only have pistols, they aren't really threatening. Any sane player would look at this map and probably think nothing has changed. Canals 01A, however, turns things up very fast. This is the map that would turn anyone that just wants a little extra challenge away. The biggest issue here is made clear in the turret section. The amount of enemies here is multiplied, and once the barrel is destroyed and you're making a run for it, at least 6 Metrocops spawn trying to gun you down. The map is tame after that until the barrel canal, where you'll really notice the enemy buffs. The Metrocops have become snipers, and it's practically necessary to gun them down before even trying to run for it. Also, I took my first death here. First out of many. The standard seesaw puzzle didn't even spawn properly. This can happen sometimes, but through the magic of exploiting a bit of movement, I was able to MLG jump my way past it without having to stack cinder blocks. I am a fucking god! No more challenge happens until Canals 03, and this part... oh, this part. This part here may not be what I consider full synergy, but I can tell you that this part is what would turn any normal player away. This is where you meet the main antagonist of the whole run, the Combine's SMG. The Combine's SMG turns what would be a Metrocop into what's basically the chain gunner from Doom 2. Here's where your first real encounter is. On any normal run, you're supposed to just run for it. But the developers put these 2 planks here that really don't like breaking. Like seriously, what the hell is this? The only way I can get through them is breaking them in a Hail Mary and hitting the checkpoint in a stroke of fucking luck. Why are they like fucking invincible? Oh wait, no, checkpoint. But really that's the only challenging part in this whole chapter until Water Hazard. Canals 05 is uneventful besides this one death that can only be described as a Chuckle Nuts moment.
Think fast, Chuckle Nuts!
I couldn't even see you flashing! They had a fucking flashbang on their team. I can't even be mad. Canals 06 is so uneventful that I almost didn't want to include it here. It gives you the false hope that this chapter won't be difficult at all. This is the level that would turn everyone away. Canals 07 is the real initiation to this challenge. This is what first time players would have as an excuse to never touch this again. Am I over exaggerating it? I don't know. Let me show you. First thing this level does is literally shut off the skip exploit. In the base game, you can destroy this barrel here to skip this entire sequence. Not in synergy. You have to fight through it. Outside, there are 2 Metrocops with SMGs, but these aren't regular Metrocops. These 2 can only be described as Simple and Zywoo, aka fucking elite snipers. It's best you try to pistol snipe them from here, because up close, they suddenly turn into Nico and Twists. You know what? Fuck it. Just imagine everything in this game that's holding an SMG are the chain gunners from Doom 2. A nightmare. And once they're dead, the rest of the map just gets more and more bullshit. I think the best way to put it is that it only took me 30 minutes from Canals 01 to get here, and I only died 5 times so far. This map alone took me 50 minutes to complete, and I died 13 times on it. Here's how it goes. The first thing you do is kill the 2 Metrocops outside, go inside, and get all the goodies. Take advantage of this grenade chest and default dance on this room of manhacks after nay-naying on everyone else. Go outside and use this card as cover as you move up and... God damn it! On this run, I didn't bother killing them first, which was a mistake. Go up and nade the guy at the emplacement gun. Nade spam the room behind it as it's full of Metrocops. Keep doing this until... Shit! Keep doing this until you clear the area and blow up the barrels here to blow open the gate. Take control of the emplacement gun and nay-nay everyone with it. No one shall live. Continue forward and take advantage of this boomball box and make your way towards the... Never mind, just die. Alright, respawn and... You're back! Alright, next attempt. I'm almost there. There's just one more. Come on. I'm just gonna... God damn it. Okay. Oh. That's one more. There's one more. There's one more here. I'm at 100. I'm at 100. I am almost done. I am almost done. I'm almost done. I am so close to being almost done with this level. No way! That's it! What? That's it! That's it! It's done! I died twice after doing this just to get to the end of the level, to a fire and a missile, but honestly, I'm just glad it's over. Finally, it was done. It is only gonna get easier from here. Canals 07 was difficult, but calling Canals 08 difficult is like calling Mike Tyson's Punch-Out not that hard. Canals 08 is this game's go-to-it. Everything about this level is bullshit. This is the James Corden of the playthrough, because no matter how much this game tries to force it, nothing about this is enjoyable, and I'd rather be smashing my head through a pane of glass than be enduring this shit. How much I hate this level cannot be put into words. Every second of playing this is equal to an hour taken off of my life. This level is more difficult than any game I've ever played, and I've beaten Punch-Out, all of them. This level is what commits me to attempt the whole game. I have no sympathy for anyone that attempts this and says it's too difficult. This level is the second hardest in the whole playthrough, only behind the last one I'm playing in this part. In this level, you'll meet your best friend and your worst enemy. Your best friend is the Magnum, because from here on out you will rely on it. Your worst enemy is sprinting. Sprinting itself is fine, yeah, but it is such a backstabber in this level because of one thing. When you sprint, it cancels your reload, and it's fucked up because it doesn't do that in the main game. Alright, I'm going into Half-Life 2, and I'm gonna find out if that's a fucking thing. Oh god, I still have the Wonder Mod on! Well guys, surprise Wonder Mod stream. I very much forgot I had this thing still installed. If you're wondering what this is, good, because I cannot tell you. I'm only here to find out something in the Wonder Mod. I'm on the same fucking map. It does not look at it like it at all. I'm on the same map. Ignore the fact that this game looks like you just took 12 tabs of acid. Because that's what this is. It's not a thing! Look! I could reload while sprint- Johnny Quattro, you bet- That makes it so difficult in a level like this, because you need to sprint around all the time, but there are so many enemies that you need to kill, but to kill them all, you need ammo. And when you run out of ammo, you need to reload. But when you reload, you can't because you need to sprint, and can you see the fucking problem here? This level took me an hour and 40 minutes. It was more than half of my playthrough by the time I was done with it. And I died 32 times, which almost tripled my deaths. There's a reason I'm not saying much about the level itself, and that's because with me talking, you either have to focus on me or the level. And now you're gonna go back and focus on whatever you didn't focus on the first time watching. Go ahead. I'll wait. Is there a checkpoint? There really should be a checkpoint. I'm pretty sure there's a checkpoint. Yes! It's done! It's done! I've beaten the map! Where'd he go? It's done! It's done! Finally! Fucking-ly! The next real, like, difficult map is the, helicopter fight. The actual helicopter fight. And then after that, it's Town 05, the hardest map in the game. I'm not even kidding. There isn't much that happens until the end of this chapter. I died only 12 times. Twice in Canals 09, 6 times in Canals 10, absolutely none in Canals 11, and 4 times in 12. What?! Alright, this is the impossible one. I'm fully convinced that this is not possible to do solo. This time, there are two. Two helicopters. And they're completely buffed in every way. You can't kill them. You can't.
What the fuck was that damage, my guy? Oh!
After dying 10 times, I found out that it's completely cheesable. You can just climb on the airboat to get up to the switch and... What? Why is it blocked? What? That's a bug. That's a bug. That's a legit bug. No, that's a bug. That should not be blocked. That's a bug? I am not accepting that. That should not be blocked. Nope, I'm not taking that as an answer. I beat the map. Nope, I'm not dealing with this anti-rush bullshit. This is the only time I'm disregarding these barriers because I'm sorry, but this is the normal way to beat the level. Fuck those helicopters. Screw the barriers. I'm done with the shitty airboat section. Alright, let's go to Ravenholm. I'm skipping the Eli section. Absolutely nothing's changed besides the picture is now replaced with a cat. Town 01. The amount of increased zombies isn't apparent immediately, but Synergy's jank physics are. For some reason, I feel like the collision isn't right and I end up dying twice, both because of explosive barrels. You'll notice the increased zombies as soon as you encounter Grigori, as now the building behind the fire has way more, and so does the building across the street. No real trouble though. Town 01A is a lot of the same old Ravenholm. Not even lying, I felt the same playing this one. However, near the end with this corner staircase, the amount of zombies that's increased is obvious. There's way more. Town 02, Part 1. Yeah, Ravenholm is weird. This is when you get the shotgun and it immediately throws you into a trap. Waiting for this elevator is supposed to be the player's first experience with the shotgun up close, and now there's a Left 4 Dead sized horde that'll jump in to get you. The cheese strat here is a fine Gouda. Take all the boxes in the room and barricade yourself in the corner. I'm not kidding, this works surprisingly well. The AI seems to get confused and just stares at you half the time. Once the elevator is there, run for it. There's more zombies waiting at the bottom, way more than before. Just keep going. Ravenholm is surprisingly the easiest part of the game, and it's clear that the devs want to turn Half-Life 2 into Left 4 Dead with the amount of zombies they added. Town 03 was so insignificant that I literally have nothing to say. I was only on this level for 1 minute and 39 seconds. The zombie count has increased, but it's not any more difficult. Town 02, Part 2. This is the map where you step into the cart and meet Grigori face to face. The encounter here is insane. The amount of zombies has increased massively. I would say this is one of the most difficult encounters of the whole run if it weren't for the cheesiest strat I know. Once the encounter starts, literally just go back down into the building you were in. Just wait. Zombies can't enter, and once the cart's ready, you can just go. You can just go. Go, run, get out. It doesn't even seem like much is here, but if you play it normally, there can be up to like 15 zombies on this roof alone. Either way, it's time for the graveyard encounter that's in Town 02A. There is also a huge increase of zombies here, and the health buffs they have becomes obvious as using guns here is basically useless. You're going to have to rely on the gravity gun to actually get through it. Even then, this map still gives me trouble as I feel half the time I'm caught off guard by a zombie that spawns behind me or a barrel I throw gets blocked and I end up taking a huge amount of damage. Grigori takes a long time to actually get to the end switch due to the amount of monsters here. This makes the map feel way longer than it normally does. Once that's all done, ponder whether he's still alive or not and continue on and drop down to the lower caves. Town 04 is an interesting one. In all honesty, I can't tell whether the enemy count has increased much, if at all. I do think this poison zombie at the blade minecart is new, but other than that, it plays pretty much the same. Thank heck this video is almost over. There's just one more map to... This map is what made me do this challenge. Way back in 2014, I was playing this on a server and I took note of this level specifically. Nothing seems wrong with it at first. The snipers are a normal challenge, they have better accuracy in this mod. The encounter with the combine soldiers here are buffed as you would expect, and you finally get the plasma rifle, which you're gonna need. Now, the train yard. There's a reason I picked this music. Anyone with good knowledge of the Doom community would recognize it as the Mucus Flow, a map made by the incredible BPRD, which I would only describe as a boss level with no bosses in it. It's a level where everything you get needs to be rationed. There are no boss enemies besides barons, which don't really count, let's be honest. It's one of the most difficult custom levels out there, as it requires the highest level of all skills needed: movement, mechanics, and mental. All your resources are given at the start, except for very small caches you'll find throughout the level, leaving you on your toes, as every slip up you do is only going to make the level more and more challenging. This level is the same. Town 05 starts with a crate of magnum ammo, and you're going to need to carry it all the way here. If you don't, the level is impossible. Straight up. Every shot you take needs to be perfect. You need perfect knowledge of enemy movement and placement, and you need to know when and how to dodge fire. Despite the fact I died less times here than on Canals 08, I'm saying that this is the hardest level in the playthrough. The only reason I had less trouble with this is that I've done this many times already, and it still gives me trouble. The first thing you're going to notice here is that there are 3 ground turrets now, and if you didn't know that the first time, you'll learn fast. Running to the van for supplies isn't worth it. You'll have to gravity gun the supplies to you. The turret immediately to your left can drain half your health if you don't know it's there. You'll have to chuck a grenade at a very specific angle to take it down. After that, magnum snipe this combine that runs to you from this train here. Then proceed to snipe every combine in the yard by jiggle peeking and pre-firing. If that sounds ridiculous, it's because it is. And every shot needs to be perfect, because even with the surplus of ammo at the start of the map, you will run out. It's just like the Mucus Flow. Once the first wave is clear, it's still not done. Once you cross the line, the whole yard floods with more soldiers. I grab a barrel and stand here, trigger the soldiers to come out, and throw the barrel, hoping that it's in my favor. After that, I had to run back to this corner and proceed to carefully jiggle peek every soldier I saw, and every shot I missed was pain. As my health kept going down because the time to damage on this game is insane, it took my morale down. Once I ran out of magnum ammo, I had to switch to the pulse rifle, proceeding to whittle down the combine soldiers. I know this looks easy, but every time I died here, it's because of a small, simple mistake, and the cost of those mistakes are huge. This map is the biggest test of the whole playthrough, and it's silly that it's this early. It's this game's way of saying, alright, you showed me what you got, here's your real test. The first time I did this, I was 12 years old. I'm 21 now, and this still gives me trouble. No matter how many times I leave this map, it will never leave me. It's the boss level without a boss. I did it! It's done! That's the hardest level in the fucking thing! That's it! That's it! That's it! Yes! Yes! Fucking finally!
We've been getting communication from Alex.
It's just straight up. You wanna know the best part? The fucking game just crashed! Yes! The game just crashed. Let's fucking go! If you're wondering why I'm happy, one, I get all my shit back. Actually, no, wait, shit. No, I don't have my fucking armor or health. I don't care. It's good that it crashed then. Oh! And that concludes part 1 of Impossible Half-Life 2. I'm still in the process of getting through part 2, and I stream it on YouTube, so if you want to get notified when I go live, subscribe and make sure you turn notifications on. I don't have a schedule and I'm terrible at notifying people. Part 2 is the D2 set of maps, Day 2 of Gordon's Journey. It consists of Highway 17, the Sand Traps, and the Nova Prospect levels, and oh boy, I already know some challenging levels in it. Anyways, thank you for watching, leave a like, comment what level you thought was the hardest, and I'll be back for part 2. Remember, stay epic, stay cool, and stay epic and cool.